What is up, guys? I hope you are having a super duper awesome holiday season, whatever you may be celebrating. Today, I thought we would do something really, really chill. Maybe not go deep into the philosophy books as much as usual, or at all. Or at all. So, mostly because I run a philosophy channel, I thought it would be really cool for you to get to know me a little bit more. Because at the same time, while I kind of just talk about things like matter of factually, like history, numbers, other times I do kind of throw in my opinion. And my opinion is influenced by who I am. And so if you're interested in learning more about who that is, who I am, then here we go. So, admittedly, I did not give my viewers a lot of time to respond to, like, hey, I'm gonna do a Q&A video. It was only 11 hours ago where I posted on Insta stories, like, hey, do you have any questions? And a few hours later, I was like, oh, I should post it to YouTube too. Oh well, we got 3 questions, and that's cool. That's cool. So Little Daisy Drew asks, what was your favorite video of the year? So this question is really funny because I was thinking we could do like a whole end of the year wrap up review sort of thing. But that might be more work than I'm looking to do tonight. I cannot lie to you. But it's a really fantastic question. Ironically, I actually, like last week, organized all of my philosophy videos into the years I made them, kind of. So, like season 1, 2020, season 2, 2021, season 3, 2022. And so we'll be going into season 4 after this one, which is really exciting. I've been doing this for years now. I know this goes off on a little bit of tangent, but it was really, really fun making the separate seasons because if you look back at my older work, it was absolutely atrocious. And it seriously goes through an evolution of not making actual videos like with a camera, and just like time-lapsing drawings, and then doing that with philosophy talkovers, like video essay with no actual contextual video to go with it. After that, I started recording with my iPhone, and it was so ugly in comparison to what I have now. I think a lot of it had to do with I didn't know how to frame a shot worth shit. Pardon my French, but like I'm still working on it. I barely know how to frame or set lighting, but that really goes with the entire evolution. And then after I got like an actual real camera, things just went off from there. Not to mention, like, I started editing with iMovie. No, there's literal free programs that are so much better. Oh my god. So if you're editing on iMovie right now, just know that moving to anything else is like going from training wheels to a motorcycle. I guess what I'm really trying to say is like if you're editing with iMovie, you're a blank slate to move to any real program. Just saying. I was actually thinking about that while I was going to the bathroom the other day. iMovie is blank slate. Nothing else. But it's something. If you're out there rocking like iMovie and iPhone and you're just like making things amazingly, that is still so much better than what I was doing. I didn't know how to do either one. So I'm not saying either one is bad. I was just really bad at it. And if you want to start making videos today, go with your phone. It's got a great camera. And there's better programs that are free that is better than iMovie. Oh my gosh. Just saying. Now to the actual question. What was my favorite video for making of the whole year? Let me peep all the videos. So my favorite out of the whole year of 2022 would actually be torn between two videos. So the first video that I did in 2022 was There Is No You, Impermanence in Buddhism, and that video just like skyrocketed. It blasted off. It's literally got views. Oh, that page doesn't say anything about the views. And I worked on that video really, really hard, and I remember putting so much freaking work into it. And then the thumbnail. I'm like in love with the thumbnail. I can't lie to you. And then on the other side, my second like tied favorite would be the one I just did, which for some reason people aren't interested in. I was talking about this with a coworker of mine. Like, I don't think people are interested in just like learning about stuff. Like, I think people want referential things, like videos about like There Is No You. The thumbnail has like 3 super famous people: Brad Pitt in Fight Club, Jim Carrey as Jim Carrey, and Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder. I'm a Rooster Illusion. Like, that's gold right there. And I think I just need to find more pop culture references to actually get in the algorithm. People don't want to just learn. So if you have an opinion on that, please let me know. I love both. I love just like teaching and like talking about pop culture. I could do it all day long, and to mix both of them together would be ideal. Yeah. I did really try to do that though, in like Benevolence in Emperor's New Groove, or I guess that was the year before, but the year before in 2021, I'm pretty sure I did Taoism in Surf's Up, and I got a comment like a month or two ago, like I literally Googled Taoism in Surf's Up, and this was a thing. I'm so happy. And it was amazing. It's the most best comment I've ever read. Not most best. They're all differently placed in my heart. But yeah, I guess after that, I really didn't too much like super referential stuff during the whole year besides the Emperor's New Groove. And even that one doesn't have Emperor's New Groove in the title. That's kind of crazy. And then Groupthink. I loved my Groupthink video, and that one actually has a ton of pop culture references, but it's also not in the title. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. If you know how to YouTube better than me, just let me know. I've only been doing it for like 15 years, and I still haven't quite gotten there yet. I joke, it's not been 15 years. I practically took like a 9-year break or some shoot. Anywho, let's get to question number 2. So LTD Creation Studios asks, you're so well versed in philosophy, how did you get into it? Like, what's your story? And this is a weird question, almost, because, like, I've always been interested in philosophy, but mostly, like, what is going on? What if? What if this? What if that? Why do people act so weird? Why is that group of people even especially weirder than the rest of people? So I've always been really into understanding humanity. But I guess my interest in ethics specifically is mostly kind of because I'm not even sure how to say this, but I did not have a very stern ethical understanding when I was a kid, as much as any other person who doesn't understand why things are right or why things are wrong. I think I just wanted to question every single thing, so I just never really thought morals were exempt from being questioned, you know? Very Nietzschean concept right there. You can't leave anything out in the questions. Always question everything. More specifically, in getting into like philosophy, I remember when I was going to my mom's for a summer, because I am a child of divorce, of course. But I was going to my mom's for a summer and I was packing some things like books, clothes, what have you. And I stole one of my dad's college books because it had a cool cover on it. It was like blue and it had a bunch of like white darts or arrows across the front. And it was like Intro to Philosophy, boom, boom, boom. And I just thought it was a really cool looking book, but I guess I got pretty into it as a thing. I hope that was enough of a story for you, but I don't know. Why get into ethics? Because it allows you to train your brain to have a larger understanding of all things. For example, Socrates. What's Socrates' biggest thing? You don't know what you don't know. And you should know that you don't know what you don't know. Knowing this in and of itself is hugely mind-boggling. And you can basically never go wrong by admitting there's something you don't know. And that was just one little drop of where I got interested in it all. I will tell you, I was originally, my first major in college was accounting, but it was too easy, way too boring. And one of the gen eds was some sort of like humanities. And so I took an intro to philosophy course and I got the worst grade in it out of all of my college career and university career combined. I got like a B- or a C. Ugh. But I loved it. Learning about all of the ways people can question the world and the universe just like blew my mind. And it was really, really fun. Really fun. I did not like the teacher. I didn't like the teacher whatsoever. But that didn't really steer me from the materials itself. And usually it does. Usually it's like, I hate this entire course because this teacher flippin' sucks. But no, you can't get away from how beautiful philosophy is sometimes. Alright, so the last question that we have. The YouTube app really doesn't want you to look at your posts. Community posts aren't even currently available on the iPad, like literally what I just said. Okay. Sorry about that intermission, guys. For the third question, I got a perfect segue into like from past to future. So here we go. From the Real 3, which love the name, by the way, for real. What are your life goals and what steps are you taking to reach them? Life goals and steps in taking to reach them. This is usually a question that would make people like shit their pants, but honestly, I think about it all the time, and I love thinking about the future. The idea of bigger and better and just like pushing and striving and, you know, resistance and, perseverance. I love that. I am a go-getter. I'm an A+ student. I am check mark, checklist, get it done kind of gal. So when I have goals for the future, I'm kind of like pigeonholed to get them done, but it's really, really difficult because when you're a Buddhist, you actually can't make like attachments and have expectations. So we gotta roll with the punches sometimes. For instance, I really want a house, but sometimes you just can't buy a house. Sometimes you cannot save money as fast as you expect you can. And then other times, maybe you have added financial things like a dog needing surgery or something freaking crazy like that. Or sometimes like the entire housing market like goes kerblooey. You know, I get so stressed about it thinking, like, what if all of the houses that are so beautiful and so cute are all bought in by the time I have enough money? But it's like, there's literally nothing I can do about it. So why stress? Why stress? I just try really hard. Save the money. Can't wait. Woohoo! Get her done. So that's just one goal. Understanding I cannot have attachments and expectations. Something more controllable. in the very stoic sense of the word, I really want to write a book. This is only uncontrollable by the time I have in my life. So, yeah, I really want to write a book by the time I'm 27 for two reasons. I've always joked for like 15 years, literally. What if I join the 27 club? But, that's not going to happen. I've met the love of my life, so. But at the same time, Nietzsche wrote his first book at around 26, 27. I am currently 25 and a half, maybe. My birthday's in March 31st, if you're curious. So I have some time. Have I started writing my book? Maybe. It depends on what you mean. Because I wrote or created an entire video about fiction and not nonfiction. Because my goal doesn't necessarily have to be a nonfiction book, like a philosophy book. It could just be fiction. So, yes, I have started like the outlining and the plotting and the idea work for a nonfiction book. And I did this for my philosophy capstone thesis. It was like 25 pages, literally, and I had sections I had to cut out because I was running out of time. Obviously, 25 pages is not a book, but it's a huge idea that I'd love to get out there. And basically, I just like bring it out with all of my videos, and I love that. And so with that in mind, with the fact that maybe people won't even read a philosophy book, what if I write a fiction book? And so I have started that, and I am like literally 13,500 words in. I've only taken a break because I was stuck a little bit on like how we're gonna transition from Act 1 to Act 2. I figured it out, but then since the holidays have started, I've got to devote a couple times to making presents. So that book is on pause at the moment, but literally I think about it every single day, and it's not going anywhere. It's definitely going to be out by the time I'm 27, and I even made a beautiful like mock-up for a potential book cover. It is on my Instagram. Do I have any other life goals? House, book. I feel like every creator, like artist, not necessarily content creator, but yeah, probably, like wants their art to be able to support them solely. But at the same time, I would have a really hard time like not working with other people. But even then, I'm like a workaholic. Well, you don't know. That's why you're watching this video. But just so you know, I'm like a workaholic. That's what I said. I'm a straight A student. I never stop working. I'm a bullet point bitch. That should be a sticker with my name on it. I also love stickers. If you're curious about like just like super random things about me, like what do I collect? What are my favorite movies? One of my fave childhood movies is Cars, and I love the Cars franchise. Cars 3 is Cars 2, but I love Cars 2 because Accidentally a Spy is one of my favorite movie genres. And now that you know it's a movie genre, you will see it everywhere and be like, oh my gosh, this is an Accidentally a Spy movie. My favorite, like, not adult, like, sexy, but, like, adult film is Fight Club. Because I'm stereotypical as hell. And then my favorite music album, is Pink Floyd's The Wall, but as well as its animated films. That's why I bring it up now. My favorite band is Pink Floyd, but my favorite modern bands is 21 Pilots, 21P for short, and newly, as of this year, it's AJR, because they be poppin', man. You can't stop them. My favorite foods are listed as tiers on my Patreon. And if you were to read them out loud, I did write it to be a haiku. A cup of coffee, fried rice, burger and fries, double burrito. I know it's not a real haiku, and it literally just follows the syllable pattern. And also a cup of coffee is not food, but if you drink it like I do, aka with Ovaltine in it, then it is a food. Technically, not really, but I can't think of anything else to lift the favorites off of. But I did say collections. For collections, I collect stickers, Garbage Pail Kids paraphernalia, but that has drastically slowed down since the whole, like, they might be kind of racist. I have definitely stopped giving them my money. Of course, I also collect, like, pins and patches, and since the new wave of washi stickers and tape and all of that amazing goodness, my collection's gotten a whole lot bigger, if you know what I mean. The whole, like, ephemera thing. Like, if you ever want to look at my journal art, I'd love to show it to you. There's many things there, but I don't know if anyone would be curious to peep at that. I really only track my sleep. You might be wondering also, like, what's my huge fascination with Nietzsche? Like, why am I hashtag totally obsessed with him? And that might be a pretty simple answer. I read a crazy amount of philosophy when I was a kid. You know, I got a Kindle. They were free. I read, like, Kant, Schopenhauer, Nietzsche, you know, some of the other white guys. And he just really spoke to me. Live beyond good and evil. Life suffering, but, like, make it your own, be an ubermensch. Like, he is the original self-help novelist, honestly. And so, like, if you have a kid with emotional problems, who else is he gonna turn to but self-help Nietzsche? And I love that. I love that. But still, even to this day, when I read him, I'm just like, so true, dog. Art is the answer to life. It's just art. It's just art. And even freaking Heidegger, he was writing his whole ass being in time. It was gonna be longer, but then he realized, oh, Nietzsche already finished this series. Oopsies. But I love it because Heidegger does go way further into being than Nietzsche does in consideration with, like, the Dasein, in that he names it even beyond what we would nomenclaturally call the being, as, is it authentic? Is it inauthentic? And I guess I'm also kind of obsessed with Heidegger at the same time. But Nietzsche, he writes the last word. Your authentic self almost doesn't exist because society exists, and you have to rip yourself out of society to be truly authentic. And to his realist point, we can't do that. And we have to just understand that we have to question every moral stance, every law, every opinion, everything, and come up with our own opinions. Maybe not break the law. I'm always not trying to make you break the law. But make art. Be political. Be political through your arts. And through all this, we find out more about ourselves. Yeah, I guess I've been talking for a hot minute. So I guess 3 questions and then, like, my own 2 is that's a lot to talk about. So if you want to do another Q&A, maybe we can do it again, and I'll have a little collection and we can do it up. But with that, I will bid you adieu, à tout à l'heure, and a season's greetings. Oh my gosh, I hope you have a super wonderful Christmas if you celebrate of course, I am super excited because I bought the most exciting Christmas presents, and I'm making the most exciting Christmas presents. Literally, this is the first Christmas ever where I've had money, and I'm dying. I'm dying. I cannot wait. So, yeah, I'm a giver, just so you know. Take that benevolence video I made pretty much with no salt. I try my best to be the best person, but I guess saying that in and of itself is unbenevolent, so boom. Double-edged sword. I love you guys so much. If you stuck all the way here to the end, you are an absolute super duper trooper, and I love you. Yeah, I'm so excited. And I have way too much caffeine. Look at the freaking time. What did I do? Okay. Bye. I love you. One of these days.